What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Injustice. So, waking up right before the Ubisoft Forward event, I saw this news story and I said, oh man, this is definitely a video for the day on one of these two channels. And it was IGN talking to Ed Boon, right? And there's a lot of fluff to get to like the end of the picture, so I'll cut the fluff out and I'll just tell you the ending right now. Basically, they wanted to do Mortal Kombat because of the stage the world was at when, things were going on, viruses and whatnot. They decided to do Mortal Kombat. They thought it would be better for everybody. They said, or Ed Boon said specifically, that the door is not closed on Injustice 3. He said not at all. He was specifically asked, just to be sure, we wanted to confirm with him directly that the door was not closed on the Injustice franchise. He said not at all. He also said, okay, let's do another Mortal Kombat game, and hopefully we'll get back to the Injustice games. Now, the one thing I'd like to throw in, I kind of believe him. I kind of like the way he words it. I feel like he's trying to avoid a potential, some sort of like fan, kind of hate thing where it almost comes across like it's the safe option, right? They made Mortal Kombat 11, they did the DLCs, and then because of the stuff around the world, which granted was not very nice and put everybody at home and all this work from home stuff, basically, he's saying that it just seemed easiest, at least that's how I'm reading it, it seemed easiest and safest and whatever to just keep going and work on the next Mortal Kombat. He also talked about the engine change, right? So they went from Unreal Engine 3 to Unreal Engine 4, so maybe they're almost like they're testing it on Mortal Kombat 1, right? Where it's like, well, this will be like an easier test. We're so used to it. We've made a lot of these. We just made one. We're switching engines, so it's probably easiest to stay with the same game. We're all working from home. Maybe it would be easiest with communication to also work on the same franchise, right? That's honestly how I read it. And I think that's how, honestly, it's supposed to be read. But I'd also like to throw in, there's always been these rumors, and granted, they're rumors, they may not be true, but there's always been this potential talk that because of the merger, right, back when that whole situation was going on, it really wasn't all that long ago, but it does feel like forever ago. And the rumor was because of the merging, and maybe they were going to sell off some of their studios and licenses and all this jazz, that it's safest, another time you hear that word safe, right? It's safest to just do Mortal Kombat. Because I believe NetherRealm, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think NetherRealm owns that, right? So say NetherRealm were to get sold to EA or Sony or, whoever, right? Mortal Kombat goes with them. So they are fine, they'd be able to work on that. Say if NetherRealm was sold, okay, to a Microsoft or whatever, they wouldn't be able to do Injustice. You'd then have to go back to WB and you'd have to rent out or license, right, the actual license for those characters and then make the game. So because of that whole debacle, it seemed, the rumor was that it was easiest to just do Mortal Kombat because NetherRealm could get sold and they could just keep working on that Mortal Kombat game. That game could then be exclusive for whatever. But if it's Injustice, maybe it would have to get canceled. Maybe they have to redo it or, whatever. So at this point, it seems like all the studios are staying, which I think honestly is a good thing. And I honestly kind of read this as do Mortal Kombat 1. There were a lot of factors that got them to do Mortal Kombat 1. And without those factors, if it was less messy, we would have probably gotten Injustice. I think we would have, honestly. So because of all that stuff, you do Mortal Kombat 1, and I don't know if I'd guarantee it, but I would wager maybe a small-time bet the next game from them in 2, 3, 4 years will be Injustice 3. I think that's how it's looking. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.